Hey critics, let's go black on the cover and on the inside of People Magazine's November 11th issue. Now, this issue features the one and only millennial diva herself, Miss Kiki Palmer. She's discussing healing after a toxic relationship, also what it took to make peace with her ex, plus what she's learned on her remarkable journey to success. Now, in the previous tabloid episodes, I spoke about the young stars paying homage to who else but Miss Holly Berry, Miss Berry. But Miss Berry herself, she opted for a classic witch look for the holiday in which she used her cat Coco as an accessory. Now, she did this on her Instagram page there on October the 27th. And if you look into People's page 5, you'll see the beautiful witch costume that she has on. On page 7, they highlight the ladies in yellow, including Venus Williams in Lacoste. Nicole Richie is in Rochas, and also Abby Phillips, she's wearing Sergio Hudson. Now, all of the ladies, in my opinion, kill the looks. I couldn't really pick a fave. I just believe their stylists did their job, baby. They looking good because they did their job. Now, let's get into some more recent news as it pertains to mogul Sean Diddy Combs. On page 8, the feature article is actually written by Casey Baker, who continues the conversation about the disturbing allegations that Diddy is facing that include several new civil lawsuits, including a 13-year-old who said that she was invited to a party in NYC in 2000 in which the minor was drugged and then raped by Combs and another male celebrity who has not been identified. To make things even more traumatic, unfortunately, according to the report, there was a female celebrity who watched the incident happen. Now, more than 20 lawsuits have been filed against Combs since 2023, says the report. The latest lawsuit alleges that Diddy drugged and also sexually assaulted a young boy at an audition in 2005 when he was only 10. And another minor says that he was assaulted in 2008 when he was 17. Diddy faces federal charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and other crimes. And as of now, he's still sitting in that not guilty plea. And lawyers are saying in court that the truth will prevail and that Mr. Combs have never sexually assaulted anyone, adult or minor, man or woman. Now, as many of you have seen, Diddy's children have also spoken out. Quincy, who is his adopted son and the biological son of Albie Sure, Christian Combs, who is 26, who is Diddy's lookalike son, he also has a lawsuit out on him where a young girl says that they were on a yacht and she was assaulted after he pressured her to drink a shot of tequila, and then he assaulted her or shortly after that. Side note, I honestly don't see that it's some sort of a show or something I think that one of the sons is doing. I don't see that being a positive move. If anything, I would have said let the twins, which is Delilah and Jesse, they're still under the age of 18. Let them continue to live their life, go to prom, do their thing, even highlight it on their YouTube channel, and then maybe feature the guys on there, which is the Christian as well as the son Quincy. But I would not say that the son Quincy at all should be getting any type of show as of right now. This is a very delicate subject, and it's just a lot going on to try to, in my opinion, dilute it with what seems to be more of a distraction than it is a support move, right? I know that some folks are like, well, it's his father, they should support. I think that there's other ways to support, and it doesn't have to look like this, because isn't this the main reason why they're in trouble? Yeah, showboating, showcasing, oh, we this, that, giving the impression that, oh, we're untouchable. But on a side note, to be very transparent, Diddy could be the person who's encouraging them to, hey, continue to make these moves. You know, my name out there, we got to make sure to, I just don't put it past him at this point. You know, knowing a lot of the things that have been showcased in the reports, it gives the impression that, yeah, Diddy's that kind of dude that might be like, look, you know my name on the line. If something go down, y'all ain't getting nothing. So you better make sure that y'all are that representing. So again, that's just the stretch in terms of what I'm saying. But the children did collectively release a statement that said that many have judged both him and us based on accusations, conspiracy theories, and false narratives that have spiraled into absurdity on social media. They vowed to basically stand united. They also continued on to say, we miss you and love you, Dad. as a reminder, remember singer Kalina Harper, who is also the former member of the trio Diddy Dirty Money, and the one whom Diddy called, I think it was 50 plus times after former bandmate Don Richards dropped that SA lawsuit against Diddy back in September. Well, Kalina, right after that lawsuit, she posted a statement saying, while I fully respect Dawn's right to recount her experiences, I want to emphasize that her account reflects her personal perspective and should not be interpreted as a universal truth applicable to everyone involved. Kalina also recently did an interview with Breakbeat Media. It's on YouTube, in which every YouTuber has basically decided to talk about it and say the following. They said that she looked and appeared to be high on something. I concur with that. I concur with what they say. In that interview, Kalina revealed, though, that she felt that Dawn was a weird bitch and Cassie enjoyed being high. She's not the only person who has come to the defense of Sean Diddy Combs. DJ Envy, who is one of those three hosts on The Breakfast Club, a very famous radio show out of New York. I believe Envy is also the founder of the idea of the show, if I'm not mistaken. He also came to the rescue of Diddy, saying that the public is condemning Diddy without knowing the facts and without this man having his day in court. Now, there are folks out there who are not defending Diddy, who are in the celebrity realm of things, and that includes rapper 50 Cent. He's clearly against Diddy. He's not let up. He said he's been saying the same thing for basically 10 years. And also, side note, rapper Shine, who took the fall for the shooting of someone in a nightclub back in the day, I guess maybe about not 10 years ago or so. I could be wrong maybe on that timeline, so forgive me, but I know that he served 9 years in prison for something that he literally did not do. And we absolutely know that because the lady who was shot came out and said directly that it was Diddy who shot her and it was not Shine, even though Shine ended up taking the fall. Now, what the part is confusing to me is the fact that Shine, it looked like forgiveness to some, but in spite of their strained relationship, Shine did reconnect with Diddy back in 2022 as well as 2023 for a few performances. See how these relationships just seem a little interesting? Because if you set up, I'm asking because I don't know. If somebody set you up like that and you spent 9 years in prison, is it that easy to forgive them when you get out? In terms of forgiving them, does it look like you actually re-collaborating with them or connecting with them? I'm asking because I don't know. I'm not asking because I know. I'm just saying all of this stuff looks a little interesting. Even when it comes to Dawn Richards, which I believe what she's saying in her lawsuit, initially she wasn't saying that about Diddy. Initially she was very tight-lipped and giving the impression that, you know, they had a very good business and working relationship. So that's why I say things like, even when it comes to the children, I don't know the true relationship that Diddy has with his children. The hope is that it's a great relationship and all of the things, but I wonder if there's not a push from Diddy that's saying like, look, y'all better make me look good. I'm wondering. I'm wondering. I don't think it's a stretch to think that. So when I say that I'm unsure of the true relationships that Diddy has with many people, this is exactly what I mean. Of course, when it comes to the Diddy case, there is more to come. He is still, though, in jail right now, and he has not been let out in spite of the fact that he has tried to appeal and has been unsuccessful in that appeal. Moving right along, page 11 highlights Judge Greg Mathis, who officiated his son's private small wedding ceremony back in Cabo. Congrats to Greg Mathis Jr., who tied the knot to his now husband, engineer Elliot Cooper. Now, the couple is reportedly planning a bigger ceremony next year in LA, and TMZ actually caught up with Greg Mathis himself and his lovely wife out and about. She was looking good. She was looking better than him. As she always does in the photos. So she looks amazing. So regardless of what the outcome might be, it ain't nothing for you to snatch somebody else up. And I will admit this, when they were out and about and TMZ caught them, it was the couple themselves. They did truly, genuinely seem like, you know, they were glad to be together and that they were potentially on their way to a reconciliation. Now, it was Judge Mathis who was speaking more in the video than anybody else. So again, it was really more from his perspective. His wife didn't say much of anything else. She kind of was more agreeing. And the one thing she did say was something like, yeah, we're on our way. Something like that. Well, good luck when it comes to that. And the hope is that there will be a complete reconciliation, and that, as Judge Mathis said, that he's helped so many youth get off the streets all of these years. He's now on a mission to help Black love. Okay, I see you, Judge Mathis. Now the new fall sitcoms, they are being discussed there on page 19, and it includes Papa's House with Damon Wayans and his son, Damon Wayans Jr. It's set to air on CBS Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Be sure to check your local listings. And now to the meat and potatoes of it all, baby. Kiki Palmer, her spread starts on page 23 and is written by Janine Rubenstein. In the article, Kiki talks about her rise to stardom from being a child star, including her roles as Aquila in Aquila and the Bee, and then her Nickelodeon sitcom True Jackson, BP. She starred as Chili as well in the TLC movie Crazy, Sexy, Cool. I'm so glad that they actually came out with a movie, and I really hate that the story went the way that it went, especially when it comes to Pebbles and their manager taking advantage of them and then leaving them broke, even though y'all, Grammy Award winning artists broke. Wow. Such a empowering story, but also a lot of lessons to be learned, and also some shared stories, particularly in those 90s era, when you think about a lot of folks and their contracts not being right. And that was some of the word on the street that we actually heard, particularly about Diddy initially, was that he wasn't paying people their money, their royalties. He was withholding funds from them. Basically, that was kind of some of the start of folks being disgruntled with Sean Diddy Combs. And so I know I'm supposed to be in the area talking about Kiki, but it's hard not to just kind of like relate everything back when I start really thinking about some of the stuff that's happened, particularly in Hollywood. Additionally, Kiki has been in films like Hustlers. She was in that in 2019 with J-Lo, as well as Nope in 2022. I will also say, side note as well, that Kiki Palmer also was one of the supporters of J-Lo's This Is Me Now, that love story that everybody believes is one of the reasons for the demise of J-Lo and Ben's relationship. They didn't say it was the demise, but they think that it's one of the reasons. And I hate that because it was supposed to be the second time around, y'all. Going back to Kiki, she won an Emmy for her talk show gig on NBC's rebooted game show Password, and she is so young. She's only 31. She also discusses her planned pregnancy with son Leo, that she shares with ex Darius Jackson. And she shares in this the exact moment when her and Darius' relationship took a different turn. You know, the kind of turn that spiraled things out of control. And although they appeared, she said, to be happy in February 2023, behind the scenes, there was just a lot going on, says the article. And when Kiki appeared at that Usher concert and created what she thought was a moment of entertainment, baby, Darius did not see it that way at all. In fact, he went online and blasted her, saying, "It's the outfit though, you a mom." And Kiki says she was speechless and assures us that nothing had gone on with her and singer Usher outside of basically a business and also a professional relationship. Now, I know, side note, y'all remember that phone call that was leaked with Mama Sharon when she was blasting Darius about the whole ordeal, and she was like, "Baby, Usher is gay. Like, you don't even have nothing to worry about." I still to this day say that when Kiki make her movie, I want to audition for the role of her Mama Sharon. And I'm going to use that phone call as my monologue. Hell to the yes. Oh, let me get back on track. Kiki believed that the only way, though, to bring order to their relationship, she says, was through the courts, which is why once the relationship took an unhealthy and violent turn, she then requested a temporary restraining order, which was granted to her in November 2023. And it detailed multiple allegations. When she filed the report, she detailed basically multiple allegations of domestic violence, including when she says Jackson broke into her home and attempted to strangle her, an incident that was caught on video. So that is those clips that we've seen that were still shots of the inside of her home. According to this report, that was when he broke into her house and attempted to basically strangle her. He also responded to the court with his allegations, with also evidence that she abused him as they clashed over custody of Leo. And the only way for them to bring order, according to Kiki again, was through the courts. Now today, Kiki and her ex, Darius Jackson, are on what seems to be like better terms, and the two have reached a settlement in their custody battle and decided upon joint custody. Now, Kiki gives some advice to anybody who is dealing with a similar situation. She said, walking away is the only way. Since then, the multi-talented actress has found forgiveness and says that she's not angry at her son's father anymore and feels at ease that things are now under control. If you don't know, Kiki also has a book called Master of Me, and I've already used my Audible credit to purchase it when it drops on November 19th. Martha Stewart has a brand new documentary that's set that set the record straight on her rocky marriage, the time that she spent in prison, and an unlikely reinvention. The article is by it's Anna Calderon. I'm probably not saying her name right, but she's the one who actually wrote the article that features Martha Stewart. It's also inside of People magazine, and you can check that out. Now, I know that Martha talked about her new documentary, but I saw the one, she probably gonna be mad, child. I saw the one that featured, I think it was stars Sojourner Weaver. Sigourney Weaver. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong as well. I saw that one, and I thought that was a pretty overall not so bad documentary, but I also know that Martha, well, excuse me, that wasn't a documentary. It was a movie about Martha Stewart. Forgive me. I misspoke about that. The documentary that I'm talking about is the one that Martha Stewart is actually doing right now. But there is a movie that Sigourney Weaver did, and she was playing the role of Martha Stewart. And I saw that years ago. So when I saw this, I was like, wait, what? But this looks like Martha actually had something to do with that. I don't think she had nothing to do with the movie with Sigourney Weaver. Uh-oh. I do enjoy, though, listening to Martha, particularly as it pertains to, like, when she's teaching people how to cook. I think she's a great teacher. You know, some folks, the way I learn is sometimes a little, I got to have the details of everything. So Martha, in terms of how she cooks and when she's describing things on her channels or on her shows, she's always very detailed, and I appreciate that particular component of Martha Stewart. So shout out to Martha Stewart and congratulations on your documentary, girl. I think she also says in her documentary that she cheated on her husband, but he ain't know. Martha, why you tell us that? You could have kept that, but you know what? You don't need to die with all that stuff in you, girl. Go on, get it out. Get it out, because we want to know. People has also revealed the winners of their Sexiest Man Alive categories, including SWAT star Shamar Moore, who is the Gen X icon winner and also has a spread about his 30-year career on page 52. And while they revealed the Sexiest first-time dad, which went to Batman star Robert Pattinson, I think they should have had a first-time granddad section too. But who asked me? You know, Sexiest musician went to Watermelon Sugar High singer Harry Styles, but my vote would have been Shabuzi, who was one of the runners-up. I love your hair, Shabuzi. Sexiest supportive husband went to Hunter Woodhall after his constant support of his Olympian wife, Tara Davis Woodhall, as it should have. And Sexiest podcast winner went to NFL players Jason and Travis Kelce, but TJ Holmes could have used a win since his life has gone downhill after leaving his wife for another man's wife at work. But I don't even know where that came from, y'all. Should have kept that to myself. Now, some celebrities entered their names into the chat, declaring themselves eligible, including who else but Kevin Hart. Of course, Kevin would put his name in there. And Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Maybe next time, guys. Maybe next time. On page 59, Meg Thee Stallion, she's showing off her nails. Very colorful on page 59. And while she was out and about, in New York City on October the 21st. And meteorologist Al Roker, he shows off his marshmallow-topped sweet potato casserole on page 62. Thanksgiving's coming up, making me hungry. In which the Today Show anchor says it's his mom holiday favorite. Al also has a cookbook titled Al Roker's Recipes to Live By. Don't get that when y'all can. And of course, the People Puzzler includes Hoda Kotb. Shout out to Hoda. I know you're going to be leaving at the beginning of the year. I'm still interested to see who are they going to put in the place of Hoda. Who y'all think? Go ahead and put it down in the comments below. Y'all, that does it for Black on the Cover of People Magazine's November 11th issue.